in Montenegro today, and I am in the beautiful little town of Perast. It's approximately only 247 people, but it's a really old town and it's in the Venetian style, so it kind of, they call it the Venice of Montenegro. It kind of resembles Venice a little bit. It's got the really beautiful light stone color and everything, and it's just a nice, really laid-back place to go walk around, have a look at the beautiful views, and just hang out and have a nice day in Montenegro. We're still here in Perast, and we came to a little local bar called Pirate Bar, and we're having a nice glass of wine and a beer and enjoying the beautiful views. It's quite windy today though, as you can see. After we had a drink at the Pirate Bar, we took a walk through the main drag of Perast and looked at the beautiful sweeping lake views as well as the Venetian-style buildings that surrounded us all around.
I'm not a joyride, a hit and run. I thought I loved you and you thought I was fun. I'm moving on down the road. Watch me as I go, watch me as I go. Should I look both ways before you cross me, baby? 'Cause I don't break for boys. I'm moving on.
We drove a bit farther and now we landed ourselves in Kotor, Montenegro, which is about a 20-minute drive from Perast, and it's a little bit of a larger city. It's also strikingly beautiful right here on the Skadar Lake, where you can see a lot of gorgeous lake views, but there's also something really cool here. There's like vestiges, like an old city wall that goes improbably up the mountain. It looks insane. Also, the city is known for having thousands of cats that used to be on ships. Sailors used to bring them, so they're descended from sailors, which is kind of a cool fact. I mean, everywhere in Montenegro there's lots of cats, but I saw that specifically about Montenegro, so I think that that's a fun, interesting fact, and I hope that you enjoy. We took a stroll through the streets of Old Town Kotor. Once you go past the walls, you can walk around, loll around the streets, and see the beautiful white architecture that is everywhere. It's pretty much a maze or a labyrinth, so you just walk around and look at the different shops and cafes and restaurants, and you definitely want to poke your head in a few because they're really something special. You can really get the vibe for the courtyard feel and the nice sun on your skin. And of course, everywhere there are sleeping cats and playing kittens. And of course, with that, you're going to get a few cat fights. It's really a beauty to behold, and I recommend you spend some time getting to know the old town of Kotor, checking out the shops, hanging out at a cafe, or getting some good food while you're there. We also had to check out the Montenegrin lanterns that were strewn about. There were tons and tons of shops that had them, and we had to buy some for ourselves. Afterwards, we got a big ass steak. It was only like 20 euros or something like that for that huge steak. I'm enjoying a nice sunset on my last evening at the Palma Hotel in Tivat. Just sitting here relaxing on the lounge chairs, watching the sun go down with a giant yacht and a really nice, beautiful sea view. Unfortunately, we had the wrong camera settings, so you can't see the true beauty of the sunset, which looked something like this. The next day, we walked around the marina and checked out the yachts and the mega yachts, and also saw the really nice, posh, clean streets of downtown Tivat. After afterwards, we continued our journey by taking a drive and really taking in the beautiful mountain vistas that are all throughout the country of Montenegro. Then we came upon Sveti Stefan, one of the most exciting things to see in Montenegro. The little island is really a jewel and something to behold. I recommend you walk through the park on the way there and take in all the views to get there. And now we are at Milosev Beach and Milosev Park. And behind me, you can see the beautiful Sveti Stefan, which is kind of the poster child of Montenegro. By the way, Montenegro means Black Mountain. In case you're wondering, people think of it for its beaches because there's 117 beaches in Montenegro, but it also has a lot of mountain areas, national parks, rafting, things of that nature. Some interesting facts about Sveti Stefan is that in 2007 it was privatized and now it's owned by the Aman Hotel, which means that if you want to access the island, you actually have to be a guest at the hotel. But to enjoy the beaches around the island, which is arguably the best views, you only have to go to public beaches, maybe some cafes to see some nice views of Sveti Stefan, which is what we're doing today. A good suggestion is to go to the street above and go to the cafe, and then you can walk along the street or down the path to get panoramic views of Sveti Stefan from above. It's really excellent, and you can enjoy an ice cream or a coffee while you're up there. Look at this wondrous view. On the way back, there's a magnificent restaurant called Restaurant Vista Viodorak. Excuse my pronunciation, I'm not 100% sure how to say that in Montenegrin, but just look at these wonderful views. It was probably one of the best places I ate at the entire time in Montenegro, and with a view. From where we were in Budva, we took our car and went to Skadar Lake National Park and took a boat so that we could hopefully go bird watching. So now we're leaving on our boat tour, and we booked a 2-hour tour of the lake where we're going to see a monastery and also that's our captain there. We're going to see a monastery and also a church and also an area of the bird reserve, so we're hoping we get to see some pelicans. We booked it for 10 euros per person for 2 hours, and we booked a group tour, so you can also it was 25 euros for an individual tour, but he told us to give him an hour to find a group, and if he didn't find a group, then we would still go for the 10 euros an hour, but just us, and we got pretty lucky and we ended up on our own. So it's just us on this boat, which is crazy because we saw another boat leave like totally full of people. So now we're on this cute little wooden swan boat and we're going off into the national park. On the lake tour right now, I just wanted to say one more quick fact. About 2/3 of the lake lies in Montenegro and the other 1/3 is actually in Albania. Like, it's that big of a lake that it actually spans 2 countries, and it's huge. You can see here in a second. We've been on the tour for about 30 minutes and we've already seen 6 different types of birds, including the endangered and protected cormorant. Of our ship stopped and pulled over into an area with a lot of water plants and began pulling the plants out and picking off the roots at the bottom, and we were wondering what he was doing. This is what it looks like when he picks it off. and then he cut them open, and it's a water chestnut, so you can actually open it up and eat it, and they're very crunchy and nice, yeah. I like them. This is before, and this is after it's cut up. This concludes the final day of the 5-day Montenegro trip. We've seen a lot. We've seen a national park and a bird reserve. We've seen several beaches. We've seen some islands. We've seen some nice sunsets, eaten a lot of food, walked around some old towns, just really dug in there and got as many different aspects as we could. And so now I'm very happy to sign off and say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click like and subscribe to Rogue Atlas, my YouTube channel, or also my written blog. Thank you. See you next time.